Welcome to Love Brand You on Win Win Women. I am San Rafis, your host for this metaphysical show focused on faith and inspiration for you to succeed in all areas of your life. As we do every week, we start out with our opening Love Brand You prayer. So take a breath, relax, and just let yourself feel and hear the meaning of these words. My God source loves me no matter what. I am always lovable and give myself compassion for everything I've ever done or not done. Love heals me more quickly than self-judgment. I choose love now for me and for everyone in my life. For this I give thanks. I let it be so, and so it is. Amen. Okay, we are on to another month, another theme, and this month's theme is health. So welcome to today's topic, which is, I'm going to share my favorite activity is walking. So I thought I would share with you today 10 of the health benefits for walking. And if you tuned in last week to the beginning of the month, I had my sister on the show and we talked about health and wellness over 50. And Cindy shared more about her strength training and fitness routines. And we also both talked about how much walking, if you do nothing but walk, how much of a benefit that can be for you. So most days I do aim for 10,000 steps. I'm not saying I get that in every single day, most days, because I try to track it on my phone. I have the step counter on my phone, so I try to keep it with me. Lots of times I leave my phone and I don't carry it with me, so it's not always recording. However, I'm always in my mind anyway, trying to either walk further, walk more, because I know what a difference it is for me when I'm moving more. So walking is a great way to improve or maintain your overall health. Even 30 minutes every day can increase cardiovascular fitness, strengthen bones, reduce excess body fat, and boost your muscle power and endurance. Walking can also reduce your risk of developing conditions such as type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, heart disease, and even some cancers. Walking is free. It doesn't require any special equipment or training. If you have a good pair of supportive walking shoes, so running shoes, sneakers, whatever you like to call them, just make sure you have good footwear. That's the one thing that I know makes a difference for me. I don't walk without walk far. If I'm actually going for a walk, I make sure I have my proper supportive footwear on. There are so many benefits to walking. Today, I'm just sharing 10 with you, and this is according to the research and my own knowledge from my own experience and how I feel from walking. However, the research and articles that I went through from Good Health, Prevention, Better Sleep, and the Mayo Clinic, here are top 10 health benefits of walking. Okay, number one, it improves your mood. Even 10 minutes of walking lifts your spirits, according to the National Library of Medicine. 10 minutes, that's all it takes. And if it's up to me, I think it's even less. For me personally, even if I don't feel like getting up and moving, if I'm busy doing something and I think, oh, I just need to finish whatever I'm working on, I know that if I just say, take a break and get out in the fresh air or get up and move around, it doesn't take me 10 minutes to feel better. I know for me, it's much shorter than that. So number one, improves your mood. Second reason, second benefit, reduces body fat. Regular walking can help reduce fat and as a result, improve your body's response to insulin. So when it comes to diabetes factors, walking helps with how you uptake insulin. And that again is also from the National Library of Medicine. Number three, walking reduces the risk of chronic diseases. One of the most cited studies on walking and health, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, found that those who walked enough to meet their physical activity guidelines had a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular events such as heart attacks and strokes compared with those who do not walk daily or regularly, I should say. This study was not even, I'm talking about daily walking. I'm talking about how it's the benefits of even a few minutes a day. This study, if I remember correctly, this study was looking at how much you walked within the week. So it wasn't even daily. It was saying, I think it was 10 minutes to 150 minutes per week. So even if you walked 2 or 3 times a week, you had a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular events. So it doesn't take much is what they're saying, which leads into number 4, walking helps you live longer. One study from the British Medical Association found that people who did as low as 10 minutes, so here's the 10-minute mark, as low as 10 minutes to 1 hour of moderate exercise. So that's, I remember reading it, per week had an 18% lower risk of death during the study period compared to those who were inactive. And people who completed the recommended 150 minutes of weekly exercise and in at least 10-minute spurts, so 10-minute walks, brisk walks, had a 31% lower risk of death. Says something for getting up and walking, don't you think? Number 5, walking boosts your brain power. Research from MDPI shows physical exercise like walking can improve brain function in older women. Experts think these benefits could be due in part to increased blood flow to the brain that occurs with exercise. Number 6, walking helps alleviate joint pain. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine shows that walking for at least 10 minutes a day can stave off disability and arthritis pain in older adults. Contrary to what you might think, pounding the pavement can help improve your range of motion and mobility because walking increases blood flow. There we go again with the getting the oxygen circulating and the blood circulating. Blood flow to tense areas and helps strengthen the muscles surrounding your joints. All of these, as I'm reading these and sharing these with you, I'm ticking off in my head. I'm going, yes, applies to me. Yes, applies to me. This is how I feel. And as I recap them and see how much time we have for me sharing any of my personal anecdotes, that's where I'll go into that in more detail. All right, number 7, walking stimulates your digestive system and helps to stimulate regular bowel movements. So keeps you regular, keeps you less constipated, keeps you from feeling uncomfortable, bloated. Walking utilizes your core and your abdominal muscles, encouraging movement in our gastrointestinal system. Number 8, walking enhances creativity. according to a 2014 study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology, Learning, Memory, and Cognition, going for a walk can spark creativity. Again, check mark off in my head. I use walking daily as a either to go over what I'm working on or to spark some creative thoughts or inspirations in my head. Okay, number 9, sleep improves with walking as you adopt a walking routine. And if you have tuned into previous episodes, when I think I did an episode pretty much dedicated to sleep, if I remember correctly, and sleep has definitely been it was a factor for me, walking and reducing stress, stopping drinking was what impacted my better sleep, and walking is definitely part of that. So according to Sports Sciences for Health, adults who walk daily report they sleep better and longer, and some reported less pain and stress in their body. Number 10, walking improves our immune system. According to the National Library of Medicine, just 30 minutes of walking daily can kickstart our immune system by increasing the number of immune cells that attack pathogens, so bugs, germs, anything that is invading our body that's not healthy. Our immune system can go to work to take care of it and keep us healthy. So by increasing the number of immune cells that attack pathogens in our body, which lowers our risk of becoming seriously ill from infectious diseases. Even more, the study goes on, if you do get sick, their research found that people who walk more spend less time in the hospital, as well as their risk of dying from pneumonia is reduced compared to those individuals who do not exercise regularly. Okay, so those are the 10 benefits. So let's recap them, and I'll share just a little bit of how that has impacted my life from making walking a priority for me daily. Okay, recap. Number 1, improves your mood. I can honestly attest to that if I am feeling even the least bit stressed out, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, if I'm feeling overworked, if I feel like I have the proverbial too much on my plate, and sometimes I'm thinking in my head, I've got the checklist. You may relate, we are moms, some of us are nanas, some of us are entrepreneurs, some of us are trying to get our exercise routines in. We are trying to help our clients. I know that, I get ready for this show each week, so I know I have that as a to-do each week to prepare for this show. I am preparing for YouTube content. I am writing content for my group programs. The list goes on with the number of tasks that I have on my to-do list. And sometimes it feels like it's overwhelming. It feels like sometimes I'm not in the happiest of moods. And then I think to myself, wait a second, I do this as in I create my own schedule, I work for myself, I do what I do so that I have the freedom to create what I want in my life. So I really shouldn't, I should on myself then, that, I shouldn't be stressed out about this, or I shouldn't be feeling anything other than happy and joyful, because I get to control my life and what happens in it. So I can immediately do that internal checklist and say to myself, what is it that is going to make me feel better in this moment? And it usually isn't from keeping my head down and staying to the task. So improving my mood often includes just taking a break, going outside, getting some fresh air, getting some sunshine, just breathing and getting away from whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And I definitely know that getting out for a walk improves my mood. Number two talks about reducing body fat and can also attest to that. When I can remember back, and let's take it way back to after I had my third daughter, and that's when I was trying to lose, quote, the baby fat from being pregnant. And at the time, that's when I also helped other women do the same when I worked with clients that had had children. And daily walking was part of my schedule then because it was something that I could take my kids with. I could put kids in the stroller, the younger ones anyway, and my older daughters either were in school or if they were with me, they were old enough to walk. And I do know that for me, walking definitely has helped with my body fat reduction. So personally, I can attest to that. Three, reduces risk of chronic diseases. Well, personally, I thankfully, I don't have any chronic diseases. I don't experience any issues, and I attribute that to being preventive with my health. I have always been the individual that I would rather prevent something. So I do as much as I can to exercise, to eat healthy, to sleep well, all of the things that we know that can hopefully help us age healthier and age well. What? Yeah, age well. I do want to age well and healthy. So I'm going with what the research tells me as far as chronic diseases, and in thinking of other individuals in my life that I know that have, say, have type 2 diabetes, and then by adopting a, either a walking routine coupled with a better eating routine, have been able to reduce some of those symptoms. Or once they have returned to the doctor has, their health professional has told them that, great job in taking care of your health. And for the individual that I'm thinking about, their diabetes is no longer the same concern that it was once they took care of their health, lost some weight, adopted a walking program, and better eating. So it does lead into number four, which is helps you live longer. So let's hope that's for all of us, that as we adopt a healthier lifestyle overall, and walking as part of it, that we just get to live long and healthy lives. Number five, boosts your brain power. Absolutely, I can attest to that. I, like I said, when I take a break and I need to improve my mood, and I go and I take a walk, and that is my creative time. If I'm wanting to think of something to stimulate whatever I'm working on, um, I know that as I'm walking, that I'll get that often proverbial aha moment, because I'm letting go of trying so hard and I'm enjoying the fresh air. I'm looking around, I'm feeling the fresh air and sunshine, and walking makes me feel better, and I believe I think better. And let's see, helps to alleviate joint pain. And that too, I have one one small issue with one of my knees that I have to be careful with. But I also know that if I'm not walking, or if I'm not doing as much, then my pain from other things I'm doing can be more than when I'm walking more. So it sounds counterintuitive. However, I know for me, the more that I am moving, and it includes walking, but walking, when I'm walking regularly, um, my stride is longer, my hips are more loose, the rest of my body feels more fluid and able to stretch more. Um, Overall, I can feel it in my joints. So walking has definitely been something that I can relate to the joint pain uh, being better. Uh, 7 stimulates your digestive system. Absolutely, absolutely. The more that we are walking, the more that all of our body systems we're meant to move. Our ancestors walked everywhere. We are just the generation that tends to be more sedentary because we can order everything we ever wanted to be delivered to us. Where, in the quote old days, or 50 years ago, 100 years ago or more, individuals walked everywhere. So there was no need for gyms or exercise programs or anything that we have today. Walking was part of everybody's lifestyle. And if you look at historical photos from now till even 50, 60, 100 years ago, you will notice a difference in the composition of the population. Most individuals were a regular size. There wasn't too much obesity or as many health problems. And I know I'm being overgeneral. However, if we do look at it from a general point, the general population was overall more healthy, as they just had walking and activity built into their day. Number 8 enhances creativity. And I was talking about boosting brain power, improving mood, and I was grouping in creativity with that when I was saying, you know what, I go for a walk and it boosts my creativity. And I believe that anecdotally for me and experientially. However, everything that I researched, there was a study, and there are so many studies. Like I said, I was talking about the Mayo Clinic, Good Sleep, National Institute of Health, MDPI, it was molecular something. I know the M started for molecular. Anyway, it's another institution that does health studies. So all of this information came from places that did studies. Oh, British Medical Journal, New England Journal of Health. I digress. Okay, back to the list. Number 9, sleep better and longer. Yes, not only are you working your body and making yourself a little bit tired, which is what we're supposed to do from having a active lifestyle. So it not only exercises your physical body, it still helps to slow down our mind, and it helps us overall sleep better and longer. And then there was more deeper research in the one study that I looked at, but in the interest of time, I didn't grab that piece of information for today's show. And overall, number 10 helps improve your immune system, and which we all need. We all need a strong immune system to help fend off those pathogens, the pesky germs, anything that makes us sick. And as we age, our immune system is not as it needs to be boosted more so than when we're younger. When we're younger, everything is stronger innately, and as we age, our body just needs to have more support. more help. So making sure that we are taking care of our body with our healthy diet, with good sleep, and with exercise, which includes today's topic, which I'm talking about walking. And the quote I found for today's episode, Soren Kierkegaard. I'm sure many of you have probably heard of Kierkegaard. And he says, above all, do not lose your desire to walk. Every day, I walk myself into a state of well being and walk away from every illness. I have walked myself into my best thoughts, and I know of no thought so burdensome that one cannot walk away from it. So that's from Kierkegaard. Action steps. As you know, every week I try to encourage you to at least um, try something different. So if you walk daily, increase your steps. If you're a person like me that likes to count steps, and my sister has one of the Apple Watches, so she tracks all of, she's even more fancier than me, tracking all of her steps, what she does for exercise, you name it. She's got every setting on her watch. And for me, I track my steps. So I look at how many steps I have every day. And once I hit 8,000 on my phone, then I consider that like, woohoo, I made today's goal. Because like I said, lots of times I don't keep my phone on me. So as long as I hit 8,000 on my phone, because outside of that, oftentimes I've got another 2 or 3,000 that haven't even been recorded on my phone. So for me, the numbers to keep track of are just fun. So if you are walking every day, great. If you know that you could add in a few steps every day, do what you can do to make it fun. If tracking is something you want to do, I know other people that say absolutely not. They think that's boring. They don't want to be tied to any type of tracker. They just do fun things like park further away when they go shopping, or they make sure to take the stairs, or they figure out reasons to walk more and get more steps. So whatever it is that you can do to either change up your routine or add something in, and especially if you are, if you're tuning in with yourself and you know that, maybe you've just been sitting too much, or you could be walking more, then like I do every week, I just invite you. I invite you to try something and make a commitment. I always say make that commitment for 30 days. So maybe your goal is you're going to get up and walk for 10 minutes a day. You're just going to put on your shoes and you're going to commit to 10 minutes a day and do it for 30 days and see what happens. So yeah, I've got here, get creative to add steps into your day. And if you would like to find out how walking and other health tips can help you achieve your goals, these are fun things that I love to do with my clients. So if you have a health goal and you would like some help with that, just contact me. At least let's have a conversation and see where I can help you with that. So head on over to lovebrandyou.com. Message me there if you are watching the replay that I've posted here on YouTube. If you're watching it on Win Win Women, contact me there. If you're watching it on YouTube, put a comment below and I'll be happy to get back to you. Regardless, I look forward to any comments. Anytime somebody contacts me, I appreciate having those conversations with everyone who wants to better their body, mind, spirit health. And we are, as always, at our closing affirmation for this show, and with the theme of health. So today's closing affirmation: I am whole, perfect, loving, happy, harmonious, and healthy. For this, I give thanks. I let it be so. And so it is. Amen.